gasket because I don't really want to lose this gasket. And this bolt I'm not gonna take out, I'll take it all together with the EGR valve. So I'll hold it with two small fingers, this gasket here, so I'll hold it with like that, so I don't really lose it. Probably somewhere in the engine, but you can take it after. So a bit awkward this bolt, but it's coming out, so there we go. So hold really with two hands, so there we go. That's the gasket I was holding like that. And this is the EGR valve. I mean, it's actually not too bad. This is the bolt at the back that was I wasn't doing. Let me take it out more. I'll hold it like that. So these are the I didn't do it like that. See, these are the two bolts. That's really the awkward one, and then another. So that's the EGR valve out of the car. Looks like that. That's the electronic part, and this is the shaft there that closes and opens. So my camera really cut out because there wasn't enough battery, but it's not really too bad. I mean, this been a year and a half, and I think you can see the shaft there. Perhaps, probably not. It's been like a year and a half, so it's not really too badly clogged. So let me see. Yeah, perhaps you can see that. So it's not really too badly clogged. Let me finger kind of something to, because it will be black stuff everywhere. So the next, so I put something to kind of protect floors and so on. So next thing is to really to undo these three bolts here and basically take out this top part, so then we can clean the bottom part. So this is really a replacement valve, it's not my original valve. So the replacement valve, just proper bolts. These are somewhat star-shaped bolts, and I think I've got some tool. I think it's E7 or E6, E7, like a star-shaped E7. That what works for that one. So this for this one, but for the others might be different. So I mean, it's fairly easy. It's just undo the bolts. I mean, they might be rather tight, these bolts, depending on the condition of the EGR valve. I mean, my previous one, the original one, these bolts I couldn't really undo. I broke like 3 bits of these, and I really completely, I couldn't really open it to clean it. So basically I'll hold it and then undo them by hand. So the bolts taken out. So this how it is. This bolts to the intercooler, this bolts to the engine, and this is that side, just to kind of remember how it is, because there is a specific way to put it back together. I mean, I have a video how to put it back together, but I'll show it again, because apparently this should be the ultimate video. So I'll show all the different bits that I've done. So basically just pulling, I already done it, but this really sometimes from the carbon and so on gets really clogged inside, and it's very difficult to pull, but eventually with wiggling out you can take it out. So yeah, well, there is quite a bit of carbon kind of everywhere. So this is 1.5 years, a bit more than 1.5 years, 1 year and 8 months. So there is quite a bit of carbon, and inside, let me shine, there is quite a bit of a, I think it's a dry, it's basically, let me shine, it's quite a bit of dry carbon as well. So we have to clean that one. So there is a shaft inside, so hopefully it's visible. So there is a shaft. This really can it stays in that position, but if one pulls it slightly, it kind of can, this actually can rotate. I think that's the position that it has to kind of stay in. But there is a shaft inside, so, and with a channel. So this has to really very freely rotate, and when you So you I'll put it with a finger and then leave it, and that really moves the shaft inside the actual valve open and close. So this is closed, this is open. So bottom is, when this is to the bottom, it's closed, and when this is to the top, it's open. It should really, from vibration, should come down, but there is a bit of a carbon, quite a bit of carbon build up here on the side and everywhere there, so it doesn't really move that freely. So it's a good time to actually clean it. So I intend to really clean it every 2 years or so. So I fiddled around to see how the valve can be better visible. So I really hope this is visible under the camera there. So the valve, so if I put it up, so the valve closes, and I put it down, the valve opens, so closes and opens. So there is some movement there, I think can be seen, hopefully can be seen on the camera. I'm not entirely sure actually. Hopefully that's visible there. Okay, so that's it. Now cleaning up everything. So one thing to say, I'll take this apart as well to clean it, to clean that bit. This should really freely rotate. So when you hold it and release it, it should come back. There is a bit of a movement in mine. There is a bit of a catch, but that's probably alright. So it should really rotate like that freely. There is a spring inside that I'll open to clean if I can, but this also has to be quite clean. Next thing for this one, not really. So I'll be cleaning it with this Wins carb cleaner or carburetor cleaner. But you can use the EGR valve cleaner or any carb cleaner, and I'll have in the description where you can get this one, or EGR cleaner is the same. So some people really, so I'm using a toothbrush, so spray inside, use a toothbrush, so I'll clean it in a while. But one thing some people really advise is to put oven cleaner inside, and this will certainly clean it extremely well. The oven cleaner will make it like brand new, but oven cleaner, it's either sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide, and they really react with the aluminium from the EGR valve, so we'll eat it. So if you want to do that with oven cleaner, we have to be really quick, wash it with water very quick, so not to really eat up. So you can see what happens if you put aluminium in sodium and potassium hydroxide here. So don't do that. I don't really advise it. Use a carburetor cleaner. It's easier and it's safer. So really clean it fairly well. I mean, how shiny it is. So I also, with soapy water under I spent probably about half hour, but it's pretty clean. Let me shine the torch. I mean, it's pretty clean inside. Well, I couldn't really reach towards the end, the shaft. I mean, probably next time I'll buy some, not just a toothbrush, but something else that can reach kind of in between there. So because it's a lot of water and stuff, so so let's see how this operates. So you see how easy it is to slide down and up. So that's actually the action. So I've taken out the gasket. I'll put it later, so I'll wash that one as well. Yeah, so that's it. I will leave it to dry for a couple of hours, probably on the radiator, just to heat up, to evaporate all the water. But next thing is to do this. So next thing is to really undo the top part. I mean, you don't need to, but just in case you want to undo it. So there are 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's basically. And so basically, I already broke. There was a tab here that you kind of undo. With the screwdriver, I already broke that, but it doesn't really do any function. So that's actually all right. I mean, you don't need to do it. So basically, it's just pulling it out, wiggle and kind of pull out. It's a bit difficult. I need to rotate this a bit to separate it. And that's it. So there is a spring that does this spring action, so that's what's inside. I mean, I have another video here how you can do with a slightly different design. This is a bit different design than what I've had. It's just an upgrade, so it's a different EGR valve. So this doesn't really separate, and this kind of rotates underneath. But no gases really come up here, so you don't really need to take that apart. So I'll really clean that one with a toothbrush, probably just scrape it, not really wash it too much because there is the power there. So that's really the electronic part. So if you want, I'll show later how to put it together. So I'll be cleaning this one now. So I've cleaned it fairly well. I mean, just with a toothbrush and dry, not really, and then I dry with only slightly a bit of water. I was holding it. I didn't film it, but there's nothing really complicated, just to scrape out the carbon. So next thing is really to put it up together. The original EGR valve is slightly different than that one, so this can separate. So you can see my video. I will post a link in the description as well. So this is slightly, it's almost the same design, but not entirely. So there is a sticking part. This sticks, and this sticks upwards, and this sticks kind of sideways. So the sideways, I hope it's really visible. So the sideways goes in this groove here. It goes like that in there. The next thing is, I mean, it's fairly the same. So the next thing, it's really there is a catch here. Let me show it. So there is a catch here, this groove here that goes on top of that and rotates. So you need to really rotate once you put it inside, and then this needs to be rotated once. So there is a spring action. So when then this rotates, there is a springy action. So basically, so I have to rotate that like that. So get it lined, put it in, and kind of rotate. I can feel rotation, and then once more, and slightly opens. One more, and that's it. So it catches. So there you go. That's the spring action inside. That's what the spring does. This rotation of the pin. So that's how you can do it. I mean, it's trial and error. So basically, you rotate it slightly, and then continue rotation, and then you close it up. Well, that's it. I mean, this is the spring action. Next is really to close it up with the bolts. So that's closed, and then of course one needs to always check this mechanism that's operating. So this is the power, and they're situated like that. I mean, there is no other way that this could rotate, but that's how it is. So how to put it back together? So this is towards the block of the edge, and this is towards the intercooler. So look how shiny it is. I've cleaned it fairly well, and this moves freely, completely freely. There is a bit of water there, but wow, that will be actually alright. It will dry out. So how to put it together? So if you hold it like that, let me show. So if you hold it like that, so basically you push it that way and then turn around. So this goes over the bar, turn it around, and when this opens it goes. So when this puts down, so you turn it around, lock it like that, and this will go towards the top, will be like that, towards the top. When this opens, it will turn it, it will push it down. First of all, to put the gasket on, and you have to be careful that the gasket is in. Next, it's basically you slide it like that. This is towards the block of the engine. Put it on top, then turn it and lock it. That's it. That's done. Then, of course, the 3 bolts. So if I open it slightly, perhaps to be visible that this is towards this is towards the end. So let me open it slightly. So you see perhaps you can see the pin is towards the end, it dropped down. So put it like that on top, slide it into place, and it's perfect. Now when you see it inside, I mean, I'm not too sure it can be seen, but the pin, hopefully it can be seen. The pin is, so basically this rotates it, the pin is up like that, the pin is up, and that's how it should be. And that's it. Now it's the actual bolt. And that's it. EGR valve is pretty clean. As clean as I can get it. Probably in 1 year, next year, I'll undo it again. It's probably about the same. It's okay. It's quite clean. I don't think there is any torque for these bolts, or nobody has specified any, so I'll just do it as much as I can. And then next thing is to really put it back in the car. Next thing is really to put the EGR valve on, so it sticks like that, and then of course it has to go into the intercooler and sticks like that. One, not to forget the gasket that goes like that. Actually, the 2 bolts go through here, and let me see how this will go. It's a bit difficult to really do with the bolts, but I'll try to hold it like that, and then also the other bolts from the other side, just so they will go through, and then put it in. Actually, try to match the bolts and to go in the intercooler. So it's always a bit fiddly, this thing, and the bolts are a bit sticking. Or perhaps first to go in the, first it has to go into the intercooler, so it's easier not to really to match it then going down. Let's see if this will turn around. Yeah, that turns this bolt. And then the back bolt as well. Basically one has to slide, there we go. So it has to rotate slightly. One has to rotate slightly this aluminium gasket to match the bolts, and then it's basically fitting it. Of course, these bolts, and then the other one as well, which is a bit at the back, but it rotates fairly freely. Yeah. So next is to putting the clamp on that holds the the EGR to the intercooler. That's it, that should be actually okay. Trying to position it correctly. And then screwing it on. Let me see, it doesn't move anywhere. Next is the two bolts for the EGR valve. So I'll do 12 Newton meters on this, really 12 Newton meters, using a torque wrench. That's 12, and then for the back one it's a bit tough really. Because there is not much space. And that's 12. So that's my torque wrench and this little thing. So this really fits in there in between the plastic and that, so 12 Newton meters should be kind of alright. The bolts are not really too big. So I can actually click in the sensor here for the, not the sensor, the EGR valve, the plug for the EGR valve, not to forget. Next is